Everything started in 1992 when my father and uncle took over and they started to vinify all of what we have. Now there's me and my brother, that we are like the third generation. We produce about 55,000 bottles with 12 hectares of land.
Tell us about your work in the vineyards.
We are working in the vineyard in, I think, a more ethic way. And we are not organic certified, but we are sustainable certified. So actually we are not using any kind of pesticides. The herbs here are cut by machine, both below the vines and in the middle too.
Okay.
Actually we try to have every year the most beautiful and the most perfect matured and perfect ripened grapes. And it's difficult, but we try.
These are beautiful and they're very good too.
Yeah.
So good.
Describe Elena in a few words.
Okay, it's not so easy. She needs more words.
Simone is very passionate and ambitious and curious. That's like the work part.
She's funny, she's lovely. I think I'm lucky to have her as a sister.
He's a lot of fun, I have to admit. I do some of my best love with him, and I think he doesn't realize that.
On the job, she's really sensitive, and it's fine because I need sometimes to speak with someone not about the job.
Yeah, I'm a person that sometimes would like to do tomorrow what can do today, while my brother is so annoying on that. Like, he never let me have a break, and so sometimes I hate him a little bit.
She is really focused on her things. She likes a little bit to be a bossy, but it's fine, in her things especially. And she had a good nose and a good taste.
One of the cool things about being in Langhe is that you can look at a vineyard and taste it at the same time. What are we trying?
Today we're trying the Gattera 2017 that comes from the vineyard you are looking at from the window, so zero kilometri.
Yeah.
Voilà.
I can see grapes from here.
Yes, exactly. You can check the quality. So this is one of our single vineyard Barolo. So it's of course 100% Nebbiolo grape, all from the Gattera vineyard, from the best part of the Gattera vineyard. So we have two parcels in the Gattera. One is east exposed and the other one is south. So from the east exposition we just use the older vines, while we use all the south exposed part. And this is 2017, this vintage we have released.
All right, salute. Thank you. Very tasty. I'm seeing a lot of this around, Piemonte. 17s are really good right now.
Yeah.
Maybe they will not age as much, but it's good stuff.
Who knows? We'll see.
Time will
in
tell.
20 years.
Time will tell.
But the tannins are very well integrated. I mean, you can finish a bottle without problems, I would say.
Good
We
stuff.
will do a blind tasting in 20 years and see.
Looking forward to that. All right.
With a grignolino.
Awesome. Bravi.
Grazie. Salute.
How will climate change impact your work? What are you doing about it?
So now we cannot do a lot of things because we are under the sky and we have to take what they are giving us. But actually we can do something. So especially when my father, my uncle started to make wine, one of their most innovative things was making a green harvest, because all of our grape variety make a good quantity.
Okay.
So in the past, in the 90s, they had to remove a lot of grapes to have a perfect maturation, and so the grapes maturate all at the same time. Now we do less, and we do in different times, so we can see the weather condition of all different vintages. So once my father, my uncle just made a green harvest in July. Now we are doing a green harvest from July to August, to the end of August. So we can, regulate our production in terms of the vintage, actually.
What we have.
Yeah.
Okay.
Tell us about the Barolo Boys and how they influence your history and your winery.
So the Barolo Boys were a group of young winemakers, probably by the time they were younger than me now. And anyway, they were tired of, being in such an amazing area, but not being able of living, of what they were doing. So farming grape and making the wine. And so they decided to travel to France, specifically to Burgundy, and to see what was different there. And so when they came back, they started first of all to do the green harvest, because one of the main problems were that people were working on quantity, not on quality.
Are you crazy? Dropping the fruit on the ground?
So that was the first big changement. Second changement was starting to clean the place where they were working and using clean oak. Then barrique came, but it's more, I think, a matter of how the big barrels were extremely old and not very well
mostly
cleaned.
Applied science to
Exactly.
winemaking.
And so the way they influenced us, it's especially one Barolo boy, that is Elio Altare.
The Barolo.
The Barolo boy, yeah. And he was a very good friend of my father and uncle, and in the beginning of the 90s, they were doing other jobs. So my father was, designing industrial machines. Our uncle was a chef. They have always worked in the vineyard, but never made any wine. They had no knowledge about winemaking. So Elio came here and told them, okay, if you would like to, you are young, you have some nice plots, so if you want, I can help you, I can teach you, I can, give you my knowledge, and you can start to make your own wine. And they say, yeah, okay, why not? And so my father will always be thankful, as me and my brother are, because he really gave for free, lots of years, lots of harvests of experience to them. And of course he was,
Visionary.
A man from the future, probably, because he really understood how it was important to, he believed more in the area rather than in just himself. So he invested a lot on, lots of small farmers that now are winemaker.
Yeah, absolutely. Also, he had a more modern view on business and marketing.
Absolutely.
Compared to, the past.
Absolutely. I mean, of course, I love my grandpa, but he was a very different man. That's visionary. And so, probably that specific speech, that specific question Elio, made to them really changed the course of our history, of our family.
There's a documentary, if you want to watch it, if you are, a Piemonte lover, a Langhe lover. Watch the documentary. It's called Barolo Boys. It used to be on Netflix. I don't know if it's there anymore, but you can find it online. It's a great story.
So we are in your cellar, and I wanted to ask you, what is the biggest difference between your winemaking style and your grandpa's?
Well, my grandpa's was not really a winemaker.
Okay.
He was mainly selling the grapes, because actually, being not his first job, he was doing a lot of things, so not just selling the grapes, but even making wood to sell in the winter. So the wines was the second thing. So sometimes he racked off on February, so the maturation lasted 4 months even. So it was really, really different. His wine was, I think, more like he was him. So he was really, really an item of what an old Piemontese can be. So he was a great worker, great art, but to open his art, it needs some time.
Okay.
So, and his wine were the same. Our wine are more modern style, and in the vinification it changed really the world. Even his vine growing was really different, so it was more focused on quantity because he has to sell by kilos. And we have to sell the quality of our wines and the quality of our single terroir and single cru. So we are really more focused on the quality of the wine.
You can really see that on your wines.
Yeah.
You're doing a great job.
Thank you.
Guys
Thank
have
you.
to buy some good wines from Fratelli Revello.
One last question. You're both very young. Where do you see the winery and where do you see the Langhe in the future? Let's say 10 years. Not too much future. 10 years.
Okay.
Well, it's hard to say. I think that the thing we will be struggling more as a generation in 10 years will be climate change. So I hope that by that time we would have found something to fight that, because that's the thing to to focus on probably. But I think the Langhe will be more and more recognized. I think the quality is already very high, so of course you can always improve, but I think we are already at a very good
I think that's
level.
on us.
Yeah.
That's our responsibility for the future.
Yeah.
Imagine going back, time traveling, 1945. You have one thing to say to your ancestors.
Well, what could you say? I would say thank you. First of all, your idea of moving to La Morra, because my family originally was from Cherasco, that is not far away. It's like 7 kilometers from here.
Sure.
It's a good idea. And what can I say is that now me and my brother, we are not struggling anymore to put lunch and dinner together.
Yeah,
we are living a wealthy life. We are traveling. Our wines are known all over the world. So the only thing that I can say is thank you very much for your hard work.
Yeah, that's a very smart thing to say.
Yeah, I mean, I would have loved to meet them and to be able to thank them because, of course, they have done a very difficult life.
All the hard work.
All the hard work, and we are actually really harvesting the fruit of their work. So,
yeah, a big thank you.
A big thank you.
If you're watching this video and you are Elena's ancestors from somewhere in another timeline in the future, thank you.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, they're making good wine. So you come visit Langhe, come try their wines. You just drive here to La Morra, look for Fratelli Revello. You come here, you ring that bell, and they're gonna give you some wine to drink. Let them know where they should find you if they want to follow you, or website, any type of link.
Yeah, we have our website with just Revello.wine.
Okay.
And you can follow us on Instagram and on Facebook.
We're not very active, but we promise we'll be better.
All right.
Yeah.
Cool. Thank you guys for having us.
Grazie mille for
coming.
Thank you for watching.
Thank you.
See you in the next one.
See you.
Ciao.
Bye bye.